What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentator 4. We're going to talk about COPPA again today. And I get it. A lot of you disagree with my opinion. You don't understand my perspective. So this is going to be a very, very, very transparent video. Maybe more transparent than most content creators will feel comfortable with. But that's where we are. So I also want to say EA reached out to me regarding this, and they expressed their concerns with what they felt was my misunderstanding. But we're not going to go over my feelings or their feelings or your feelings or any of our perceptions. We're going to go to the FTC. I want to play some clips for you later on this video that I think will help justify why everyone on YouTube needs to be concerned about this. So first of all, let's talk about where we are, factors to consider, subject matter of the video, characters, toys that appeal to children, activities that appeal to children. If you don't think video games fit into all those boxes, then I'm sorry, you don't understand the stereotypes video games have. So with that in mind, we're going to go from here where we can at least come to an agreement that video games could fit into these categories. I want you to take a listen to what the FTC has said about their plans currently putting COPPA into effect on YouTube as it is.
If the FTC is bringing independent piecemeal actions against content creators for violating COPPA, that may discourage content creators from posting content on YouTube. So the analogy that I think of, imperfect, is the expression about shooting fish in a barrel. And YouTube is the barrel, and the content creators are the fish. And so it's a place where this content is centralized, and essentially it's easy for us to find.
Okay, so with that, guys, we're done with opinions. That is the FTC telling us. That's not you telling me I'm fear-mongering, or I don't understand, or I'm not at risk. I know, looking at my demographics, at the moment, I shouldn't be at risk, right? My ages are 18 to 54. We're well out of the range. 25 to 34 is a majority of who watches my channel. We're well past, twice, in fact, past what the age they're concerned with is. But the problem is they're giving us such vague guidelines to follow. And I'll also say, if you listen to that closely, that gentleman almost has a joy in his voice. He's almost ecstatic about this. And why shouldn't he be? He's just described $42,000 fines per channel as fish in a barrel. A confined space of violators that they can go and willfully destroy because we've gotten away with this for so long, it seems. So the second part of the argument people have had with me is, well, you're safe. Just mark your content as older. Listen, YouTube knows my content right now is designed for older. They're not worried about that. What they're trying to do is protect the children by assuming everyone is a child. We'll make everyone safe by assuming everyone is a child. So let's talk about the fines and what they plan on doing. I want you to listen to this second clip from him as he describes that process and how it will play out.
This action is changing YouTube's business model. That YouTube cannot bury its head in the sand. YouTube cannot pretend that it's not aware of the content on its platform and hope to escape liability for COPPA. YouTube is going to be explicitly held liable for complying with COPPA where it has actual knowledge of the content. YouTube is going to be required to seek out that actual knowledge through requiring content creators and channel owners to specifically designate whether they are directed to children. And as the chairman noted, not only can we sue Google and YouTube for compliance with COPPA, but also individual channel owners and content creators. And once this order has been fully implemented, we intend to conduct a sweep.
Guys, what more do you need to hear? The first thing he said there was the landscape is changing. Then he went on and said, YouTube can no longer bury their head in the sand. They can no longer look at all this money being made here, right? That they benefit from. This is just what they give me, okay? Small channel, right? $13,000 in a handful of months. How much money do you think they made over the top on this? That's why these fines, even as they just told you, are going to be levied to the creator. Listen, YouTube picked up the tab, right? YouTube picked up the $16 million tab. And they didn't go back to the creators. They didn't give us a list. They didn't say, hey, listen, your video got defined in this action of reaching children, and we just had to pay for it. The next one will be on you. They essentially tell us the next one will be on us because they're not assuming this liability anymore. And by going in and making us select whether we create content for children or not, that is what's giving us that full liability. And as you've heard from these two clips, not only one, are they seemingly happy that all the targets here are very easy to find, that they're more than willing to engage with us individually through these fines. Yet, most of the community, no disrespect to a viewer, but if you don't have a channel, if you're not monetized, if you don't have an MCN, this really doesn't impact you as an individual. Your perception may be valued to the creator when you say, hey, no, you're okay. But look, whether it's me, another channel, you're not paying our fine. We don't have the capability to stand up and say, hey, you're in the wrong here. Clearly, the FTC does not care. They're not concerned about our opinion. They're not concerned about what they think that I make. They are concerned with two things. Number one, protecting the internet. And number two, finding the creators. And if you don't believe me, I just played you two clips that prove it. You can tell me that it's overreacting. You can tell me that it's fear-mongering. You can tell me that everyone is going to be safe. But right now, this moment, it's just past noon on November 17th, 2019. We don't have those answers. And I don't think they want us to have those answers. Because they want what they want. And a big part of it is we're going to take control of this media monster that is YouTube. We're going to find these creators for infractions, and we are going to just destroy. That's what shooting fish in a barrel means. And I'll tell you right now, if any other platform was described as shooting fish in a barrel, there would be a ton of outrage. But seemingly no one cares that that's how he defined YouTube creators. I'm going to put a link down in the description. There is a way you can contact them and voice your displeasure. Whether you do or do not is up to you. But make no mistake, I may be the first domino that falls, but I will not be the last. And for anyone that discredits or dislikes what I'm doing or saying, I need you to go back and listen to what he said. Because that is what matters more than anyone else's opinion. That is what they plan on doing. And if you don't think there's a real threat here, then I don't know what to tell you. Appreciate you guys checking this out. I promise the next video is Madden related. I will be back in the week with more commentary.